Hey, are you a EURUSD trader that lacks clarity when it comes to direction of the day? Well, by the end of this video or by the end of this stream, you will be able to determine direction of the day right here on the channel because I'm going to be sharing everything for free right here and you'll be able to start determining the daily bias all by yourself. So thank you. Thank you so much to whoever is joining right now. I greatly appreciate you taking your time and joining me every Monday to Friday as I get to share the direction of the day on the EURUSD. So thank you. Thank you so much. I do this every 8:30 a.m. my local time. That's East African time. But if you're using the New York time, that's exactly at 1:30 a.m. Now, if you did not know, the EURUSD is the world's most traded pair. So many people love trading this pair. And there are obviously very many reasons they chose or they choose this particular pair. Number one, that's the transactions that happen between the United States and Europe are so many. So that's why the EURUSD has the highest number of volume in the market when it comes to traded volume per day. So many people love trading this particular pair, and simply because of the many transactions that happen between these two continents on a daily basis. So basically that's one of the reason. The other reason you could look at is simply because it's a very stable pair. It's not one of those pairs that moves sporadically, so it is very stable, especially if you're just beginning. This is one of the pairs that I highly recommend you actually start trading. So that's the other reason. And also, when it comes to spreads, it doesn't have very wide spreads. So it is one of those other plus, that's one of the other advantages of trading this particular pair. So it is my pair of choice and I love trading it because I've traded it for so long. And sharing the direction of the day, and I'll also be showing you how I determine this direction of the day, all for free, guys. So if you happen to find value in this particular live stream, please like the live stream, share it with a friend that lacks clarity when it comes to direction of the day, because this will help them. I'm telling you, this will help them. Now, as a trader myself who's been trading for 4 years, I remember those first days when I didn't know exactly how to determine direction of the day. I was just winging it. I would do this, do the other, jump onto the strategy, jump onto the other, and I couldn't, get it very well. But I wish I had someone to direct me, to hold me by the hand, and share with me or show me exactly how to be able to maybe direction of the day and be able to guide me exactly on how to go about trading. So that's exactly what I do now here on the channel. I'm able to help so many people out there, those people that lack clarity when it comes to direction of the day. Maybe if you lack clarity when it comes to trading psychology, or maybe if you don't have a solid strategy that can enable you, start making money in the market. So this is what I do. I do help people because my mission statement when it comes to this channel, I want to help at least 10,000 traders out there become profitable. So that's my goal. And if I do this, trust me, I'll be the happiest man ever in this world, because I will know that I've made an impact on at least 10,000 people out there. So yeah, so that's the reason I started this channel, and I'm grateful. I'm super grateful. When it came to trading, or when it comes to trading, it has done a lot for me. So I feel like the best way I can do, or the best way I can show my appreciation, is giving back to the world out there. So yeah, so that is it. So thank you to whoever is joining right now. I do appreciate you taking your time and joining me every Monday to Friday as I jump onto these live streams to share with you what I believe the direction of the day is going to be like on the Euro USD. So thank you so much for joining. Now I will tell you this. This is from my personal experience. When it comes to trading, or when it came to trading, I'm telling you, this is one of the hardest, if I must say, it is the hardest endeavor I've ever tried. I'm telling you, it is the hardest thing I've ever tried, because I've done so many hard things. One of those was I was one of the weakest people, if I can say this. I was one of the worst people when it came to mathematics, but I was able to conquer this and become one of the very best in my country. So that's one hurdle that I felt was hard, but I was able to overcome. Then number two, going to the gym. I was a very skinny dude, but I was able to turn this around and build up my body to become one of the best looking guys in my early years. So that's the other challenge that I overcame. Then the other one was learning how to play the pool game. I don't know if you guys know how to play pool, but this is one of those other things that I found very challenging, but I learned it and still became one of the best in my country. Then it came to content creation. I was this very shy guy. I was, when you're just starting out and you're not sure if how people are going to see you on the screen or how people are going to see you on camera. I was that shy person, and I was able to overcome all this fear and be able to start creating content. I have one of my channels that is so big. So I must say, when it came to trading real challenged me, because it is one of those things that gives you instant feedback. If you've made a wrong choice, you're going to get your feedback right there and then. So I found it so hard to actually, get my feet all into this trading thing. And I must say, those early years, they were terrible. They were very terrible. So because I had to persist, even when I was losing money, I had to persist. I had to stay course so that I stay doing this thing. And then finally, it was able to all pay off. I was able to turn profitable, and I greatly appreciate the hard work and, resilience that I kept showing, that even when things were not working out, I stayed course and stayed, on this journey. So I'll tell you more about these stories because I feel they should be able to motivate someone out there, especially someone who's just beginning. I will go in detail when it comes to all these stories to share with you guys, to know exactly the kind of person that is on your screen right now. So I'll get more into detail on that. And for now, let's get back into the direction of the day. Now, for me to be able to determine direction of the day, I use my 50% win rate strategy that gives me this 50% win rate strategy gives me a 1-to-4 risk to reward ratio, and this enables me stay profitable all year round. I'm telling you, every single month I'm always positive. I'm telling you guys. So if you're looking for a solid strategy that you can use to trade the market or to trade the markets, especially the Euro USD, definitely this is the strategy that you can take for yourself, because I'm going to be sharing it for free right here on the channel. So I do appreciate you joining me. I thank you guys for joining me. I always don't take this for granted. I know that there are so many other things that you guys could be doing, but you decide to come here and learn a thing or two. So I appreciate you taking your time every single day as I get onto this live stream. So so basically, before in a way of routine, every single morning before I even jump onto the chart, the one thing I like to do is to check on the fundamental side of things, to see exactly what the fundamentals of the day are saying. Now, for me, I'm not someone who trades news events, or I'm not someone who trades news when it's dropping, but I like to know exactly the fundamentals, especially the time these fundamentals are going to be dropping, in the market. So I like to know exactly the time these fundamentals will be released, because what this helps me do is that I'm able to manage my trades in case these news events drop, and then there's maybe volatility in the market. I like to be on top of my game by simply managing my trades, because sometimes, or if you're a trader and you know it very well, you know that most of the times when these news events are released, you know spreads tend to widen. Many of the brokers that we use, they tend to widen their spreads, and then what ends up happening, if let's say you have a trade on and that particular trade happens to go against you, you might end up losing more than you actually early anticipated to risk on that particular trade. So for you to avoid these kinds of things, the best recommendation I suggest you go with is actually you trying to manage your trades. So for me, how I do it, 5 minutes before these news events drop, what I like to do is go to my chart and be able to move my stop to break even. And this is how I do it. It's how I've done it for the longest time. And once maybe these news events are done, maybe 10, 15 minutes after the news event, then this is when I move back my stop to full risk. So basically, this is how I do it, and it's how I've done it, and it's what I recommend you actually go with, because it will save you a lot. Sometimes as these news events are dropping, uh, the broker might decide to, as a day trader myself, I use a mechanical stop of only 10 pips in the market. So sometimes if the news event drops, the broker might end up slipping you maybe 10 pips more or 15 pips more. So for you to avoid such, scenarios, I would best recommend you actually try and manage your trades this way that I've just shared right here on the channel. So basically, this is something I feel I need to share with someone out there, so that you don't fall prey to these spreads that are widened during news events. Yeah, so that is it right there. So for today, the 22nd of October, filter. So basically, this is how I do it, or this is how I did it. And yeah, so that is it. So then when it comes to the chart, let's get onto the chart to see exactly what today has for us. So today, which is 10th of October 2024, when we look at the chart, what does it say? Maybe before we even get onto the chart to see exactly what it says, what is the strategy that I trade? Now, when it comes to the strategy, it is a very simple strategy that I believe, even if you're a complete beginner, you can be able to understand this particular strategy. Now, how the strategy is basically, it is a strategy that utilizes or uses price action from the previous day. Now, from that previous day, what I like to look out for is what I call an area of interest. Now, an area of interest can either be maybe an order block, it can be a fair value gap, or this could be an equal high or equal low from the previous day. So what price usually likes to do on the next day, price likes to tap back into these levels or into these areas of interest, and then once it has maybe collected some liquidity from these areas, this is when price reverses in the other direction. So this is how simple the strategy is. I hope you now get the idea of what exactly we are going to be looking out for today. So now when we get onto the chart, what do we have? We can clearly see that price was very bearish from yesterday. Price basically took out the level from the previous day. Did it take it out? No, it hasn't. It did not. Yes, it did actually take it out. So basically that's what we had from yesterday. So price was very bearish. So then what do we look at for today? Now, when we look at the low of the day that was formed yesterday, this was the low of the day at this level 1.08111. So that was the low of the day. Now, from that low of the day, do we have an area of interest? Remember, an area of interest can either be an order block, a fair value gap, equal highs or equal lows. So do we have any of those from yesterday? When we look at the low from the low, we don't have any of those. So then what do we look at next? What I look at next is the Asian session law of the day. So now when you look at the Asian session law of the day, it is right here. We can see that it is right here. So what I'm looking at, or what I'll be looking at for today, is for price to come take out this law of the Asian session, because now that's our new area of interest. So once price has taken it out, then I look at going long in the market. So this is what I mean. So price comes, takes out this law of the, I would expect price to make a reversal to the upside, the market to do. It comes, takes out the low of the Asian session, then moves to the upside. Or if price doesn't do this, so what does it mean? The key level to look out for is this right here at 1.08140. Now, if this doesn't happen this way, because I'm someone who reacts off levels. So once price gets to a particular level, then I react to either make an entry or not make an entry. So if price doesn't do that, the other thing or the other key level that I'll be looking at, because we see this was the high of the day yesterday, which basically led to this price change character right there, and it formed an order block right here. So there are some stops resting above here. So what do I look out for? So the other level that I'll be here, and then it takes out any of these stops, and then it reverses in this other direction. Though this is a longer short, it's most likely not going to happen since it's a very long way for price to cover all these number of pips, and then it reverses. It might not happen, especially having being a day that does not have any news events that might act as catalyst to drive price maybe so many pips up or so many pips down. So this might not happen, but anything can happen in the market. So the other level would be price coming over the two key levels. Level number 2 is this right here at 1.08718. So that's another key level that I'll be closely monitoring. Once price has gotten to this level, then I'll react to see exactly how to make my entry. Now, when it comes to entry, for me to enter the market, you can see right here the analysis. Have done it on the 1 hour time frame, but when it comes to entries, I drop down to the 5-minute time frame, and this is where I take my entries. Now, for me to be able to enter, all I look out for is an inversion fair value gap or an inverse fair value gap. Now, an inversion fair value gap is simply when price actually covers or overlaps a previously existing fair value gap. So once I see this on the 5-minute time frame, I'm making that entry. So basically, this is how I'll be looking at price today, or this is how I'm going to be looking at the Euro USD. In the comments, let me know exactly what you think, what you feel about this. Now, personally, as someone who trades the London session, if these levels are not reached, or if these levels are not met by the closure of the London session, I'm not making any entry. So basically, this is how I trade. I actually look to only take an entry or make an entry at least up to 8:30 New York time. So if price hasn't gotten to those levels before that time, then I'm not making any entry for that particular day. So this is how I trade. It's how I've traded for the longest time, and basically these are rules that I incorporated into my trading that enable me stay grounded and follow these rules, because if you don't have rules as a trader, trust me, you will never turn profitable. So these are rules that I put for myself, and I'm able to abide by these rules. So basically, this is what I'm looking at today. In the comments, let me know exactly what you think about this. I would really, really love to know what you think about this. And as well, in case you found this particular live stream very helpful, please like it, subscribe, and as well share this with a friend or colleague that maybe lacks clarity when it comes to the direction of the day on the Euro USD. So thank you so much. Thank you. And now do not forget, for me, when it comes to entry, I told you I wait for an inversion fair value gap to form. Once it has formed, boom, I'm making an entry right there. And then when it comes to stop loss, the stop loss, I use 10 pips as my stop loss, and the take profit, I use 30 pips as my TP. Now, I also like to squeeze this to a 1 to 4 to be able to make extra money in the market. And this is exactly how I've been trading for the longest time. Now, you might be there asking, why 30 pips? Why are you using 30 pips? Yes, it's a mechanical take profit, because I noticed or realized that the price or the market, when it comes to the Euro USD, it moves at least 30 pips. It should be able to give you at least 30 pips on a daily on the Euro USD. So basically, this is how I do it. This is how I trade, and it's how I've traded for the longest time. In the comments, let me know exactly what you think or feel about this. I would gladly like to know exactly what you guys are saying, or I would want to actually answer you back. I'll be gladly replying you, because I always like to hear your thoughts, guys. So yeah, so this is it. Remember to manage your risk well. Do not do anything funny. Do not do anything stupid, because that will keep you unprofitable. Don't think it's only today that you're going to become rich. You can't just instantaneously become rich. It has to be a process, and that requires those small wins. It's the small wins that will compound to those very big wins, guys. Yeah, so that is it for today. Hope you guys loved this. In case you did, let me know in the comments, maybe even where you're watching from. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you taking your time and joining me. Have yourselves a great trading day. So bye.